This is Jesus Manuel Mena Garza. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today's date, it's June the 4th, 2020. In about 10 days, a little over 10 days, my birthday. Don't forget to send me presents. I would greatly appreciate it. Of course, I'm just joking. So I'm going through all kinds of changes due to the pandemic in my life, my wife's life, and our plans. So I'm entitling this video, and let me check out my notes on my phone, Canceled Due to the Pandemic. So I'll talk about some of the changes I've had to make due to the pandemic. I had a lot of plans for this summer, the summer of 2020. But they've been altered because of the pandemic. I admit I'm a bit paranoid about catching the virus. So is my wife. We're both. In fact, I'm more paranoid than my wife. I do not want to catch the virus. I'll be straightforward with you. Nobody wants to catch the virus. Some people feel there's a very small chance of catching the virus out there. I think there's a tremendous chance. I think there's a big chance of catching the virus. People coughing on you, talking to you very close, or rubbing up against you, or just you touching something. Again, I'm probably more paranoid than most of you out there, so that's where I'm at, okay? So there's several things that I've had to change, and one of them being my wife and I had planned to do some trips, some camping trips to New Mexico. We have these spots we like to go to near Taos and near Albuquerque and near Shiprock. We like to go camping and spend time. So we're not going to be doing that. Even Colorado, we have some spots up there in the Rocky Mountain, National Forest up there that we like to go camping. So we're planning to do some truck bed, relatively primitive type of camping and boondocking up there, okay? But that's not going to happen because we don't want to encounter folks and have issues with people possibly being aggressive towards us that because of our attitudes regarding the pandemic. And we'll say, I've already met people that I've said, hey, how you doing? They look at me with my mask and they go, that's silly. That's stupid. And I go, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to protect you and trying to protect me against potential, catching the virus. And they go, oh, that's just stupid. So I don't like those type of confrontations. I don't like to have those issues. Because as we very well know, those can escalate into violence and stuff like that. And I don't want to have to get involved in a violent altercation if I can help it. So my wife and I are canceling several vacations. We plan to do some truck bed camping also. Maybe go through New Mexico first, then go to Colorado for a while, then go to Utah, Wyoming, and Idaho. Maybe go through Oregon, Northern California, and spend some time in Chico, California, and Arcata, California. Look at properties. We're thinking about buying a house, our retirement home down there, so we'll look at some properties up there. And then swing down to visit family in the San Francisco Bay Area, in San Francisco, San Jose, Santa Cruz, San Rafael, Mill Valley, and all those communities down there. No friends in Hillsborough or Atherton, by the way. Mountain View, yes. So I was planning to visit some folks down there and hang out, spend a couple weeks and visit my children and my grandchildren, my brothers and sisters, and all my family down there, and a lot of old friends that I've got. So I've had to cancel that, and that's very disappointing for my wife and I. My wife and I are very sociable. We like to hang out with people, especially people with like-minded individuals. We like to hang out with them. Who doesn't? Who likes to not hang out with friends and do fun things? Enjoy a barbecue, have a beverage, and talk about the life and times that they're currently going through. So we couldn't do that. So we canceled those trips. Maybe around Christmas time we'll do that. And here's what I wanted to say. Until the pandemic is over, I won't be visiting RV dealerships, attending RV shows, and like I said earlier, not traveling much. So for this channel, I like to do RV reviews, along with my travel videos, and go through, I have to do an RV review, I have to go to an RV show or to RV dealership. I'm not going to be doing that I know about. I might be going to one place that's pretty safe, but in all probability, I won't be doing a lot of those. So in its place, I'm going to be doing every Tuesday night for this channel, RVTA, RV and Travel Adventures. I'll be doing live streaming conversations. 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Pacific. So if you have time, check that out. My first one was this week, and it didn't go off very well. In fact, it didn't go off at all. It was a total disaster. There's a sequence of events that you have to, all those boxes have to be checked, and I missed a couple of boxes, and it didn't happen. Yesterday, I did one for my other channel, my photography and video channel, JMM Garza, and it worked out pretty good. So that worked out, except for the fact that I forgot to focus the camera. Other than that, it worked out pretty good. And my wife is planning to hang out with me the next time I do my RVTA, live stream. So she'll be there, so you get to hang out with her. She's the smarter half of this relationship. We're actually pretty comparable in intelligence. At least I think so. So we'll see. So that's what's going to happen. I'm not going to be doing some, RV reviews and going to RV shows. Until there's a vaccine. I get a little injection, pop right here, and they say, hey, it's good 95.9% of the time or 98% of the time. It's good. I'll say, hey, that's good enough for me. I'm willing to take a little bit of risk, but not a lot of risk. I'm risk averse in a certain situations, okay? I'd rather be careful. That's me. Maybe you're a risk taker. You go out there and you say, hey, that's stupid, Garza. That's stupid. Just go out there, have fun, live your life. Just do what you're going to do. If it happens, it happened. C'est la vie. I don't live by those standards. I'm not a c'est la vie kind of guy. I'm a more paranoid kind of guy. So I won't be purchasing stuff. I had planned to buy a new action camera, the latest GoPro or latest DJI action camera. And I was planning to buy a new laptop with ability to edit 4K video at a rapid clip, and also to do live streaming from, something of a high quality. You're talking about a $2,000-$3,000 laptop, something really nice, like a Dell XPS, top of the line laptop, with all the bells and whistles, 32 gigs of RAM, terabyte of solid state drive and stuff like that. All that sort of good, nice graphics card, all that sort of good stuff. I was planning to buy it, but I'm not. I'm gonna wait till I'm actually going out in the field again. It's not, I don't want to just to sit here and collect dust. When I'm ready to hit the road, ready to do some videos, do a lot of videos, and just every day, every week do 2-3 videos, I'll buy that new laptop. I'll buy that new action camera and call it good. By that time, there'll be the GoPro Hero 9 and the new latest version of this and the latest version of that. So, I'll be pretty happy by then. So I'm being conservative in my purchases. So I'm doing a lot less shopping. I see my wife and she goes, I'm going to go shopping, Jesus. I said, no, you're not. What are you going to get? I wanted to get this. No. You don't need to expose yourself to the virus and the pandemic. Just stay home. So, again, I'm much more conservative than my wife. A lot more conservative. I'm worried about her. And she worries about me. So we've been both taking care of each other. We've been hanging out. Luckily, we get along. We don't mind being around with each other and hanging out, talking about issues. And you can see her next week if you have time on our live stream. And again, that live stream is going to be every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Central, 10 Eastern, and 7 Pacific. And we should be on for at least a half hour, maybe an hour if things go well, if we get a lot of. My wife is going to help me. She's going to make sure everything's good. And she's going to answer all my the chat, because the last time I missed some people on the chat, and she said, you missed people, Jesus. I said, I guess we need you to help out. So she's going to help out. She's going to man the chat box, whatever it's called, the chat room, or whatever it's called. So my wife and I are definitely not going to the movies and restaurants either. We're not going to the movies. We're not going to the restaurants. We're not doing that stuff. We're not going to expose ourselves. We're just, get a little bit of Netflix, and in the fall, when football season's happening, I'll probably get Sling TV so I can watch the CNN news and the election coverage and football and stuff like that. As long as I'm watching football and watching a few movies here and there, I'm pretty happy. I don't need to go to the movies. I'm not going to go sit next to a bunch of people that are going, oh, excuse me. Again, I'm paranoid. You're not? Good for you. Hopefully you survive the pandemic. I'm trying my best not to. I'm the kind of person that, again, I'm paranoid. I admit it. I'm paranoid. So that's my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Again, please like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. This is a new channel, RVTA, RV and Travel Adventures, I call it. And currently, I'm not doing many RV reviews or travel adventures, sadly. Because of why? Because of the pandemic. I think it's pretty safe to go out there in an RV, personally, but might as well, reduce my interaction with the public. Just stay sequestered for a little bit longer. Just be conservative. Again, the theme of my philosophy is be conservative regarding getting sick. It's better to avoid the possibility. Because, how many people have passed away since the pandemic started just a few months ago? Quite a few. I'm not going to tell you the numbers because the folks at YouTube might get mad. But there's quite a few folks out there that have passed away, gotten sick, etc., etc. I could only imagine the terribleness of the tragedy for a lot of families out there who've lost parents, siblings, friends. It's not good. It's a tragedy, and I feel it could have been handled a lot better. What do you think? Do you think it could have been handled a lot better? The pandemic from federal, state, and local levels, do you think it could have been handled better? Feel free to comment below. Don't forget your kind and friendly comments are always appreciated. Again, they have to be kind and friendly, okay? From Fort Worth, Texas, this has been Jesus Manuel Mena Garza talking about, what am I talking about? Canceled due to the pandemic. Wow. A lot of things have been canceled for my life has changed. That's how it goes sometimes. Things don't work out as planned. I had planned again to go on vacations, buy some stuff, do a lot of things, just even go into a local fast food restaurant. I don't even do that anymore. I used to be a regular. You could say, hey, Jesus, how are you doing? All right, let me have some coffee and a burger. A sausage McMuffin or something, and I'd sit there and hang out, check my news on my phone and hang out there for an hour, and I don't do that anymore. My wife used to like to go to Starbucks and the local coffee shops. Can't do that anymore. That's how it goes. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and please leave me your kind and super, super duper friendly comments below, way below the description. And if you have a chance, check out my website, JMM Garza. There you'll see my photographs, my bio, also my vitae, and of course you can download photographs. You can click on them and download them and use them for your own personal non-commercial use. They're not for commercial use. If you're using them for commercial use, send me a couple, contact me and say, Jesus, how much would you charge for that photograph? And I'll say, hey, not too much, just send some cash my way. We'll work it out. We'll work out a deal. But if you're just an individual who wants to download a photograph for your personal use, put on your wall, use for a watercolor painting, just get an idea. Oh, that's a beautiful flower. I'll use it for part of my watercolor painting. I'll just draw from it. You can do that. It's no problem. Again, from Fort Worth, Texas, this has been Jesus Manuel Mena Garza. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye. Thank you.